Houston to be this deficient in offense as they are with weapons like Lamar Miller.
What is the name of the general manager of the Houston Texans? Does anybody know?
Not gonna work here anymore.
Not gonna work here anymore. But do you think he might, after he gets fired, go sit down with Matt Millen, and maybe Matt Millen will counter him? Like, you think you got it bad? I drafted Joey Harrington.
Yeah. Well, they did have a good pickup, I think, with Lamar Miller though in the offseason.
Yeah.
Problem is, I don't think they've figured out how to utilize him yet. I don't know. Did he get hurt last Monday night? Because we saw an awful lot of Alfred Blue in that game.
He strained shoulder. They said it was nothing major. He did return, but I think he played sparingly because Denver handed them an ass beating, and I think everybody and their uncle knew that was coming. I know that Joey Peeps and his two uncles saw it coming. We all had Denver laying the 9 points pretty handily.
All day, every day.
At home and beat Houston's ass, and I think Houston loses again today. I see Detroit whipping up on them 24-13. I take Detroit laying the 2.5. Or actually getting a 2.5. But that does keep it under. Houston can't score points. Don't go anywhere near a bad team and a bad quarterback. And Stafford's been playing like a monster. So I said I'd be a little bit long-winded about this game. I could go on for 5 more minutes about how much I think the Houston Texans are a 4-3 embarrassment.
Do you think the Detroit Lions are watching Matthew Stafford's play right now and sitting there going, well, it's about fucking time?
Well, no. I mean, he puts up numbers. I think he needs help, and this is I think a testament to how good Stafford can be. He's doing it without Calvin Johnson.
And that's a good point right there. That is a good point.
They're 2 games back from a Minnesota team that doesn't look like they have an offense. I think if you're the Detroit Lions and everybody wanted to fire Jim Caldwell week 1, and I kept continuously pointing out that they played for him the last half of last season when their season was over. This Detroit Lions team, I'm not going to say they're going to run the table and win the NFC, but they're going to compete for this division.
Yeah, and I think another, to add on to what you just said, Tom, Matt Stafford has not had the luxury of a quality running back.
Not at all.
As far as I can remember in Detroit. We see what Ezekiel Elliott has done for a rookie quarterback in Dallas.
What about Javid Best? Wait, that's right. Never mind. Yeah. What about
good boy?
Oh, boy, poor guy. I shouldn't make fun of that kid. His career was ruined before it even started.
Yeah, but look what Ezekiel Elliott has brought to the Cowboys.
Turned Dak Prescott into a very average hero.
Yeah, and it makes you wonder. I know we had the argument last week about not bringing Tony Romo back. Well, I wonder how good Tony Romo would really be with a quality running back like Ezekiel Elliott.
We saw, and you answered you brought up a good point, Prepper Jack, and the answer is MVP caliber, because if you remember 2 years ago, if it weren't for Aaron Rodgers, Tony Romo would have been league MVP hands down. I think he threw something along the lines of 37 touchdowns compared to 4 interceptions when DeMarco Murray ran the ball well and they played pretty good defense.
So, but yeah, you're right. You're exactly right.
All right.
So finish up, Jack. But I'm with you. I think
I'm good.
that
I'm ready to move on.
All right, let's slide it forward. This is another one that's kind of a peculiar matchup because I really don't know what side. I can tell you where I'm leaning. We're talking about Seattle at New Orleans in the Dome, over under at 48, high for a Seattle game. New Orleans is a 2.5-point home dog. That over under spooks the hell out of me at 48. I think it's off high. Joey Peeps, I hear you hemming and hawing, man. Go for it. Start this off.
This is Joey Peeps' tea kettle game right here. Too hot to touch. I don't like this game. I don't like this game on any stretch. This number is pretty much telling you this could go either way. This is a seesaw battle. I really don't know where to go here. And the Saints are an explosive team at home. Seattle is Jekyll and Hyde. You just don't know. They could look great one week, and then the next week you're like, what's going on here? I don't know. I really don't know where to go. I think with that number, I think I'm going to go just like with Philly and Minnesota last week. I think that number's telling me New Orleans wins this game at home.
Joe, I'm with you. I'm going to jump in here, Pepper Jack. I'm taking New Orleans at home as well. I think this game stays under, believe it or not. Seattle's defense is still damn good. The concern I have is how much time that defense spent on the field last Sunday night. Time of possession was like 46 minutes for the Arizona Cardinals last week. It was something ridiculous. Seattle chased all day long, and to walk out of there with a tie, I just think that's a strenuous game on a defense like that. New Orleans will have them running all over the field. Look for guys like Travis Cadet in a fantasy perspective to take screen passes out of the backfield, try to get that defense running and chasing, put them in chase mode early and often, and then let Breeze get over the top with these guys. I know they're professional athletes, but a week later after spending that much time on the field, that's tough to come around from. I think you're a little bit beaten up physically and mentally after the tie. I look for New Orleans to win the game 20-17.
All right, Seattle 6-2 straight up in its last 8 games when playing New Orleans. I know it's a different Seattle team, different New Orleans team this year. I think New Orleans is making a few strides. I'm going against you guys. I'm taking Seattle. I think it's going to go under. I think it's going to be close. Seattle minus 2.5. I pick them 26-21 to beat New Orleans.
I don't hate it. I'm kind of rolling with the whole idea of Vegas. That's what Vegas is telling you, and I've learned to trust those people wholeheartedly.
Yeah, they're pretty good at what they do. Let's slide forward here, fellas. New England at Buffalo. Over under here 47. Buffalo's getting 6 points at home. Whichever one you want to jump in.
I think your only option here, if you're going to take the point, you got to take the points here at home. The Buffalo Bills are that kind of team. You know, I just got done saying with Seattle, although I believe Seattle's better than the Buffalo Bills. But the Buffalo Bills are that team you just don't know what you're going to get every week. This team could come out looking like, okay, well, maybe they could make some noise. And other weeks they're like, oh, they stink. Just like they were last week in Miami. But there's something to be said. Rex Ryan plays the Patriots pretty well, normally. And at home, you're a home favorite in the NFL, especially when you got a team in a division game getting 6 points at home. I think your option is you have to take the points and see what happens. I think that's your play right there. It's tough. It's too tough to lay for in a division game to lay that many points on being a road team, even though it is the Patriots. And
so you're taking Buffalo in the 6?
I'll take the 6, yeah, but I think New England wins, but I'll take Buffalo with 6.
For all the aforementioned reasons. Pepper Jack, what do you got here?
Pepper Jack remembers Week 4 when Buffalo shut out New England 16-0. I can guarantee you Bill Belichick remembers that 16-0 defeat. I think Buffalo maybe without LaShawn McCoy tomorrow. Mike Gillislee didn't really show up last week in the stat chart. I don't know what happened to him because I know a lot of people thought that he was a great buy on DraftKings.
I don't know. Maybe that is Mike Gillislee.
Yeah. Buffalo, I believe, well, obviously Sammy Watkins still out, and I believe Robert Woods is out this week.
Yes.
I just see an awful lot of inconsistencies on their offensive side this week. They are at home. Their defense does play well, but can their defense keep up with a Tom Brady-led New England Patriots? I don't think so. In fact, Pepper Jack's going to go out on a limb and make this his 5-star selection. I see New England handing it to Buffalo as Buffalo did back in Week 4 to them. But I'm picking New England to win the game 27-6.
That's a good
bet. That is violent and probably exceptionally accurate. I'm going to throw my 2 cents in here. 16-0. Jacoby Brissett, after the film was out on him, it wasn't going to get any better for Brissett. Bill Belichick, without question, does not forget getting beat, doesn't like getting beat, and will certainly come and bring wood. They always like to beat up on Buffalo one time a year. And when I say beat up on them, I mean beat up on them bad. Pepper Jack, I love that this is your 5-star because this is my 5-star as well. I think New England travels the short trip to Buffalo with spears in hand, and they stab the Bills. They beat them 48-16. Look for those 16 points to come on a late Tyrod Taylor scrambling touchdown.
48 points, man. What is this? What is this, Oklahoma State versus TCU? Damn.
If you watched last week or 2 weeks ago, Jay Ajayi ran all over the Buffalo Bills. They can't tackle. They're not a good defense. I don't give a shit what anybody says. Rex Ryan's not a good head coach. They're going to get
Jay Ajayi is the reincarnation of Emmitt Smith, okay?
Yeah, we're maybe talking about a different Emmitt Smith. 48.
Add a little flavor to the chili. New England is 22-3 straight up in its last 25 games when playing the Buffalo Bills.
Speaking of bowls of chili, sorry to interrupt, but I watched the legendary Uncle Cooch just smack a whole bowl of that just now. Okay, nice. But you know.
Nice.
Good to know.
Does he?
Yes,
does
it
he
is.
Have two
Good
pairs
knowledge.
Of underwear on, Joey? Does he have 2 pairs of underwear on today? Probably
that guy's a Boy Scout. He's always prepared. Go ahead, Pepper Jack. Finish up.
Yeah. Pepper Jack's good. I'm ready to move on.
All right, let's slide on. But look for New England just to absolutely thump them. Fantasy implications. Start LeGarrette Blount. He's going to carry the ball a lot, especially in the second half. He's going to pop a couple big ones. James White out of the backfield.
Is Martellus Bennett back in the lineup?
He is.
Okay, see me thinking that with a healthy Gronk. I'm going to stay with my pick because you don't do that. You don't switch sides like that. But I'm starting to reconsider.
Yeah, look, you are what you are. You never know.
Yep.
This is for you, actually, here, Joey Peeps. The New York Giants taking on the Cleveland Browns. Over-under here, 44. The Browns are 2.5-point home dogs.
The Jets, Jets. I had an opportunity to go to this game, and I said no, and this is why. Everybody, I've said this clearly. Obviously, you two know I've said this clearly on the show many times. I bleed green and white. I'm a huge New York Jets fan, and this is why. And for this reason is why I don't go. The Jets have nothing to gain here. If you beat the Browns, it's like, okay, what do you want, a cookie? You just beat the Browns. But if you lose, it's catastrophic, and I will not be there for that because I know how the Jets rock. Coming off a win against Baltimore, this is how they do it. They come off a good home win against Baltimore, a team I think is overrated, but we'll get to that later. Coming off that win, they are in for a letdown. And I have news for Cleveland fans. They're not going 0-16. I don't believe they are. It's hard to do. And it's only been done once, and I don't think it might not ever be done again. That's a special feat by Matt Millen and his Detroit Lions.
0-16. Yes, we can.
I don't think they are going 0-16. And I think this could be the Sunday. They have to get one, and this could be it. And this is my biggest fear. I've thought of this over and over again. I think this is the game the Browns win. I really do. Ryan Fitzpatrick's going to go in there. I'm taking Cleveland 2.5, and I'm taking them to win this game. I've feared this for a long time, but I think my fears will become reality on Sunday, and I'll be happy I'm on my couch and not there and being embarrassed.
Might be a good choice. Pepper Jack, what you got here?
I think if you have Isaiah Crowell or Duke Johnson in fantasy football, I would bench him this week. That Jets front line, for some odd reason, shut Terrence West down last week. I think 10 carries, 8 yards, after he had popped a few pretty decent football games against pretty decent football teams.
Do you guys remember the Baja Men by any stretch? Remember that song, that one-hit wonder, Who Let the Dogs Out? Those Jamaican guys sang it.
Your dad has that album.
Yeah, he probably does. But anyway, Buster Screen, if you take a look, shout out to my man Chris Willoughby, but he said something to me when they showed Buster Screen's picture. He goes, that dude looks like something off the Baja Men. If you see Buster Screen's hairdo, it's pretty funny. He's going to have a bad day in Cleveland. He's going to have a rude welcoming back. I think Terrell Pryor's in that lineup. Is he?
He's got some injury concerns. I think the biggest one. I'll get to it. But
if he plays, I think he eats his lunch. I really do.
Well, Pepper Jack is, I believe a lot of what you say, Joey, that Cleveland will not go 0-16. They're actually not a bad team. They're starting a lot of rookies.
They could very possibly be. I know Parcells is right. You are what your record says you are. They are 0-6, so let's not call them good, but they could possibly be the best 0-6 team I've ever seen, if that makes any sense.
They're 0-7, so.
0-7. Well, there you go. Even worse. They're the best. They could be the best 0-7 team I've ever seen, if that makes any sense at all.
Yeah, it does.
Well, I don't see the Browns beating the Jets this weekend. I see a New York Jets team that played pretty well last week. Matt Forte, I don't know. He has a good game, then he has 2 bad games. Bilal Powell is kind of like a sleeper here to me. I see him getting a lot of touches. Little dink and dunks from Fitzpatrick this weekend. I see Brandon Marshall having a very good game. The over-under, 44 is what I got. Tom, is that about what you got?
I have it at 44, yes.
Okay, well, America is 75% over that total. That's the highest percentage on OddsShark this week. I got to go with the Jets on the road. I see them going over. I see putting about 28 points on the board or 4 touchdowns. I see Cleveland notorious for scoring that late touchdown, probably to make it close. I still think it's a 3 to 4 point game. New York Jets 28, Cleveland 24.
Nice pick, Jack. I like that too. I'm going to take the New York Jets, lay the 2.5 points. I think the Jets win this game about 28-17, somewhere in that ballpark. That seems to be the number for me. The Jets are a 7-point better team than the Browns. The Browns have actually